Welcome to episode 36 of the Bazooka Kickboxing series, back again with Abiel Delgado. And today we're going to talk about blocking the body kicks with our shield. And in our last episodes, we talked about blocking with our shin, which is a more traditional Muay Thai style of blocking. We talked about last episode catching body kicks. But the third one, we're going to be able to basically catch off of the arm and counter quicker with our punches. This you'll see a lot with a lot of the Dutch fighters who are pressure fighters, because when you're coming forward, a lot of Muay Thai practitioners or other fighters like to kick off the arm to slow you down. So you're going to be able to block the body kicks and counter faster with your punches. So the first one we're going to work on is the right kick block. So with the right kick block, you want to make sure you have one hand always pinned on your head. So if my traditional defense with a nice solid high guard, I'm going to keep one hand, the lead hand planted, and my other hand is going to come and catch the kick. This way, this hand takes away some of the power. If I just block with one arm, you'll find that it hurts a lot more, and you have the opportunity to break your arm. So we're going to avoid breaking our arms, and we're going to catch a little bit more with this hand. Now, when you're blocking with this hand across, you want to make sure you're not coming too low, because it's going to open up. We might need to block again. And we want to make sure we're blocked with the hard part of our hand, and we're not overthrowing it where we're only catching the kick with the one hand. So you want to time and catch together. All right, so let's see how it works. All right, now the left side is now, we're going to keep our right hand planted on our head, and we're going to catch with our lead hand. So you notice whatever the kick comes, the other hand is coming in front. The cross block is coming in front. Doesn't matter which side. So let's turn on this side so you can see the hand coming. So you can see I can walk forward without taking too much damage on my hand, and I can counter. Okay, so with this, yes, the benefit of countering with punches is a lot quicker. But what you can also do is you can catch and play with the hand. A lot of people catch with an under grip. Some people catch over and control the leg. So that is an option with this type of block. So for example, I can catch and I can use that hand to control the leg. And now I have my opponent off balanced. Some people like to go under, and then this way they can swoop around, and then they can throw and counter that way as well. So you can really play around with the different catches off the block. But today we're going to focus on just the cross block and countering with punches. So now that we have a nice solid block, that is the key to countering with good punches. If you have a block that's not really strong, your opponent's going to get that feeling that he's doing damage. You want to make sure you stop it and have a really good stance and really good positioning to counter. So now that you have that good positioning, we're going to block and throw off with our punches. So with the right kick, I'm coming across blocking. Now the quickest hand is going to be the lead hook off of this hand. So block, hook, and then I'm just going to fire with a hook, cross, hook, just to get some volume punches after it. So once again, I block off here, and you can see this hand stays loaded. And my body position too, as I catch, you see my lead shoulder come in front. This way I have a perfectly timed left hook, and I get good rotation in my punches. If I stay here and block, I'm not going to have a load up to the left hook. So I'm blocking, and my right side is coming slightly in front, and this way I can push off my back leg. And that's how I get power. So watch again, I block, this foot slightly comes up. Now I have a push-off point for my left hook, and that's the way I get good power off of the counter. So I block in, back foot slightly comes up. Now I'm gonna push off and throw my punches. So let's clean up that footwork, and you'll see the positioning. Okay, different angle. Over here. And remember, any punch can come with a block. I can throw uppercuts. I can throw even block. I can shoot a jab off of it. So change up the counter after the kick. Now, let's talk about the left kick. Left kick now, I'm gonna focus on countering first with my right cross. So I'm blocking, and as you can see again, I block and I'm loading up my right hand. Block, loading up the right hand. That's how I get the power. Keeping with the 3 punch. Okay, now that you have both counters set, the person kicking can throw left or right, and you're just gonna naturally flow. Because the important is you have good reaction time. And I like to call it good sticky hands, where you can adapt, change, and move your partner and block any different way you want. So now the kicker is gonna kick left or right. You just counter. To change this drill up, to make it a little bit different, because you use this a lot when you're pressure fighting, I will become a pressure fighter, and I'm gonna force my opponent to move backwards. So I'm continually walking forward, forcing him back. Okay, so you can do the same type of drilling with pads. This way the partner can get good punches and good feedback with it. And if you're a pad holder and you're a coach and you're working with your fighter, another good way. So with this, I'm gonna go through it very quickly, but you can use right or left, and now change up the punch combination after. You can do any combination. It doesn't even have to be just punches. You can block, punch to kick combinations after work really well. It's endless what you can do, but for the basis and the basics of this combination, I really want you to focus on just making sure the punches land well and solid after the block. So we can start with the hook cross after the right kick. See? Left kick, cross hook. Alternating. So one of my things that I would like to do, because I like to follow my kicks, and I'll end it here, you can throw uppercuts, you can go hooks, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep the hook cross or the cross hook. I'm just gonna end with my right or my left kick. Ready? So common mistakes. One of them is going to be not having strong, stable forearms. This hand needs to stay strong, and this one really needs to catch it. You have to make sure this hand doesn't go too low, doesn't come too high, and you time the kick properly. So it's a little bit of a timing issue. That's why it's good to start really light and get the flow of catching those hands. The second mistake a lot of people make is when they catch, they don't have a solid base in their stance. So when you're getting kicked, you're getting moved, and in this way, you don't have a good counter. So you need to have good, strong base in my footwork and in my stance so you're not pushed back, so you can counter back with the punches more effectively. So make sure you don't wait too long, and that's the last one. This style and this way of countering is to stop someone from constantly kicking your arm. So you have to make sure you block and counter right away. Don't wait too long, because it's gonna encourage your opponent to keep throwing that body kick. There you have it, catching the body kick with your shield and countering. So now you've learned different ways to block kicks, low kick blocks, body kicks, catches. Next week, we're going to take a little change of direction. I'm going to teach something a little bit different, and we're going to work on the scissor knee. Just something fun that I like to mix in. Unpredictability is a good key to have in fighting. So if you're enjoying this series, make sure you like, subscribe, ask your questions, leave your comments in the comment section. If you like and you want to support, bazookasquad.com, and make sure to follow and like the guys behind the camera at DB Vault, and we'll see you next week.